Odisha or Orissa is one of the 29 states of India, located in the east of India. It is surrounded by the states of West Bengal to the northeast, Jharkhand to the north, Chhattisgarh to the west and northwest, and Andhra Pradesh to the south and southeast. Odisha has 485 kilometers of coastline along the Bay of Bengal on its east, from Balasore to Ganjam. It is the 9th largest state by area, and the 11th largest by population. Odia is the official and most widely spoken language, spoken by 33.2 million according to the 2001 census. The ancient kingdom of Kalinga, which was invaded by the Mauryan Emperor Ashoka in 261 BCE resulting in the Kalinga War, coincides with the borders of modern-day Odisha. The modern state of Orissa was established on 1 April 1936, as a province in British India, and consisted predominantly of Oriya-speaking regions. April 1 is celebrated as Odisha Day. The region is also known as Utkala, and is mentioned in India's national anthem, Jana Gana Mana. Cuttack was made the capital of the region by an Antivalman Chodaganga in c. 1135, after which the city was used as the capital by many rulers, through the British era, until 1948, when Bhubaneswar replaced it as the capital. Etymology. The term, Odisha, is derived from the ancient Prakrit word, Odivasaya, as in the Tirumala inscription of Rajendra Chola I, which is dated to 1025. Sarala Das, who translated the Mahabharata into the Odia language in the 15th century, calls the region Odrarashtra and Odisha. The inscriptions of Kapilendra Deva of the Gajapati kingdom on the walls of temples in Puri call the region Odisha or Odisha Raja. The name of the state was changed from Orissa to Odisha, and the name of its language from Oriya to Odia, in 2011. By the passage of the Orissa Bill 2010 and the Constitution Bill 2010 in the Parliament. After a brief debate, the lower house, Lok Sabha, passed the bill and amendment on 9 November 2010. In the 24th of March 2011, Rajya Sabha, the upper house of Parliament, also passed the bill and the amendment. History. Prehistoric Acheulean tools dating to Lower Paleolithic era have been discovered in various places in the region, implying an early settlement by humans. Kalinga has been mentioned in ancient texts like Mahabharata, Vayu Purana, and Mahagovinda Sutanta. The Sabha people of Odisha have also been mentioned in the Mahabharata. Baudayana mentions Kalinga as not yet being influenced by Vedic traditions, implying it followed mostly tribal traditions. Ashoka of the Mauryan dynasty conquered Kalinga in the bloody Kalinga War in 261 BCE, which was the 8th year of his reign. According to his own edicts, in that war about 1 million people were killed, 1,500,000 were captured and several more were affected. The resulting bloodshed and suffering of the war is said to have deeply affected Ashoka. He turned into a pacifist and converted to Buddhism. By c. 150 CE, Emperor Kharavela, who was possibly a contemporary of Demetrius I of Bactria, conquered a major part of the Indian subcontinent. Kharavela was a Jain ruler. He also built the monastery atop the Udayagiri hill. Subsequently, the region was ruled by monarchs, such as Samudragupta and Shashanka. It was also a part of Harsha's empire. Later, the kings of the Somavamsa dynasty began to unite the region. By the reign of Yat-II, 1025 CE, they had integrated the region into a single kingdom. Yat-II is supposed to have built the Lingaraj temple at Bhubaneswar. They were replaced by the Eastern Ganga dynasty. Notable rulers of the dynasty were Anantivalman Chodaganga, who began construction on the present-day Jagannath temple in Puri, and Nrsimhadeva I, who constructed the Konark temple. The Eastern Ganga dynasty was followed by the Gajapati kingdom. The region resisted integration into the Mughal Empire until 1568, when it was conquered by Sultanate of Bengal. Ramachandra Banya himself was killed by Bayazid Khan Karani. In 1591, Man Singh, then governor of Bihar, led an army to take Odisha from the Karanis of Bengal. They agreed to treaty, because their leader Qalu Khan Loani had recently died. But they then broke the treaty by attacking the temple town of Puri. Man Singh returned in 1592 and pacified the region. In 1751, the Nawab of Bengal Alivadi Khan ceded the region to the Maratha Empire. The British had occupied the northern Sircars comprising the southern coast of Odisha as a result of the Second Carnatic War by 1760, and incorporated them into the Madras Presidency gradually. In 1803, the British ousted the Marathas from the Puri-Cuttack region of Odisha during the Second Anglo-Maratha War. The northern and western districts of Odisha were incorporated into the Bengal Presidency. The Orissa famine of 1866 caused an estimated 1 million deaths. Following this, large-scale irrigation projects were undertaken. In 1903, the Utkal Samilani organization was founded to demand the unification of Odia-speaking regions into one state. On 1 April 1912, a Bihar and Orissa province was formed. On 1 April 1936, Bihar and Orissa were split into separate provinces. The new province of Orissa came into existence on a linguistic basis during the British rule in India, with Sir John Austin Hurback as the first governor. Following India's independence, on 15 December 1947, 27 princely states signed the document to join Orissa. Geography. Odisha lies between the latitude of 17.780 N and 22.73 N, and between longitudes 81.37 E and 87.53 E. The state has an area of 155,707 square kilometers, which is 4.87% of total area of India, and a coastline of 450 kilometers. In the eastern part of the state lies the coastal plain. It extends from the Subarnarekha River in the north to the Rushikaliya River in the south. The Lake Chilika is part of the coastal plains. The plains are rich in fertile silt deposited by the 6 major rivers flowing into the Bay of Bengal: Subarnarekha, Buddhabhalanga, Baitarani, Brahmani, Mahanadi and Rushikaliya. The Central Rice Research Institute, a food and agriculture organization recognized Rice Gene Bank and Research Institute, is situated on the banks of Mahanadi in Cuttack. 3/4 of the state is covered in mountain ranges. Deep and broad valleys have been made in them by rivers. These valleys have fertile soil and are thickly populated. Odisha also has plateaus and rolling uplands, which have lower elevation than the plateaus. The highest point in the state is Diamali at 1672 meters. The other high peaks are Sinkaram, Golakoda, and Yendrika. Climate. The state experiences 3 meteorological seasons: winter, pre-monsoon season, southwest monsoon season and northeast monsoon season. However, locally the year is divided into 6 traditional seasons: Basanta, Grishma, Barsha, Sharad, Hemant, and Shishir. Biodiversity. According to a Forest Survey of India report released in 2012, Odisha has 48,903 square kilometers of forests which cover 31.41% of the state's total area. The forests are classified into dense forest, medium dense forest, open forest and scrub forest. The state also has bamboo forests and mangroves. The state is losing its forests to timber smuggling, mining, industrialization and grazing. There have been attempts at conservation and reforestation. Due to the climate and good rainfall, Odisha's evergreen and moist forests are suitable habitats for wild orchids. Around 130 species have been reported from the state. 97 of them are found in Mayurbhanj district alone. The Orchid House of Nandikannan Biological Park hosts some of these species. Simlipal National Park is a protected wildlife area and tiger reserve spread over 2,750 square kilometers of the northern part of Mayurbhanj district. It has 1078 species of plants, including 94 orchids. The sal tree is the primary tree species there. The park has 55 mammals, including barking deer, Bengal tiger, common langur, four-horned antelope, Indian bison, Indian elephant, Indian giant squirrel, Indian leopard, jungle cat, sambar deer, and wild boar. There are 304 species of birds in the park, such as the common hill myna, grey hornbill, Indian pied hornbill and Malabar pied hornbill. It also has 60 species of reptiles, notable among which are the king cobra and tricarinate hill turtle. There is also a mugger crocodile breeding program in nearby Ramtirtha. The Chandaka Elephant Sanctuary is a 190 square kilometers protected area near the capital city, Bhubaneswar. However, urban expansion and overgrazing have reduced the forests and are driving herds of elephants to migration. In 2002, there were about 80 elephants, but by 2012, their numbers had been reduced to 20. Many of the animals have migrated toward the Barbara Reserve Forest, Chilika, Nayagarh district, and Athigarh. Some elephants have died in conflicts with villagers, while some have died during migration from being electrocuted by power lines or hit by trains. Outside the protected area, they are killed by poachers. Besides elephants, the sanctuary also has Indian leopards, jungle cats and chitals. The Bhitarkanika National Park in Kendrapara district covers 650 square kilometers, of which 150 square kilometers are mangroves. The Gahirmatha beach in Bhitarkanika is the world's largest nesting site for olive ridley sea turtles. Other major nesting grounds for the turtle in the state are Rushikulya, in Ganjam district, and the mouth of the Devi River. The Bhitarkanika sanctuary is also noted for its large population of saltwater crocodiles. In winter, the sanctuary is also visited by migratory birds. Among the species of birds spotted in the sanctuary are the black-crowned night heron, darter, grey heron, Indian cormorant, oriental white ibis, purple heron, and sarus crane. The possibly endangered horseshoe crab is also found in this region. Chilika Lake is a brackish water lagoon on the east coast of Odisha with an area of 1,105 square kilometers. It is connected to the Bay of Bengal by a 35 km long narrow channel and is a part of the Mahanadi Delta. In the dry season, the tides bring in salt water. In the rainy season, the rivers falling into the lagoon decrease its salinity. Birds from places like the Caspian Sea, Lake Baikal, other parts of Russia, Central Asia, Southeast Asia, Ladakh and the Himalayas migrate to the lagoon in winter. Among the birds spotted there are Eurasian widgeon, pintail, bar-headed goose, grey-lag goose, flamingo, mallard and Goliath heron. The lagoon also has a small population of the endangered Irrawaddy dolphins. The state's coastal region has also had sightings of finless porpoise, bottlenose dolphin, humpback dolphin and spinner dolphin in its waters. Government and politics. All states in India are governed by a parliamentary system of government based on universal adult franchise. India's parliament is bicameral. The lower house is called the Lok Sabha. Odisha contributes 21 members to Lok Sabha. They are directly elected by the electorates. The upper house is called the Rajya Sabha. Odisha contributes 10 members to Rajya Sabha. They are elected by the state's legislature. The main parties active in the politics of Odisha are the Biju Janata Dal, the Indian National Congress and Bharatiya Janata Party. Following the Odisha State Assembly election in 2014, the Naveen Patnaik-led Biju Janata Dal stayed in power for the fourth consecutive term. Legislative Assembly. The Odisha state has a unicameral legislature. The Odisha Legislative Assembly consists of 147 elected members, and special office bearers such as the Speaker and Deputy Speaker, who are elected by the members. Assembly meetings are presided over by the Speaker, or by the Deputy Speaker in the Speaker's absence. Executive authority is vested in the Council of Ministers headed by the Chief Minister. Although the titular head of government is the Governor of Odisha, the governor is appointed by the President of India. The leader of the party or coalition with a majority in the Legislative Assembly is appointed as the Chief Minister by the governor, and the Council of Ministers are appointed by the governor on the advice of the Chief Minister. The Council of Ministers reports to the Legislative Assembly. The 147 elected representatives are called members of the Legislative Assembly, or MLAs. One MLA may be nominated from the Anglo-Indian community by the governor. The term of the office is for 5 years, unless the assembly is dissolved prior to the completion of the term. Administrative units: there are 30 districts in Odisha: Angul, Balanga, Balasore, Bagar, Bhadrak, Bud, Cuttack, Debagar, Dhenkanal, Gajapati, Ganjam, Jagatsinghpur, Jajpur, Jharsuguda, Kandhamal, Kalahandi, Kendrapara, Keonjhar, Khordha, Koraput, Malkangiri, Mayurbhanj, Nabarongpur, Nayagar, Nuapada, Puri, Rayagada, Sambalpur, Subarnapur, Sundargarh. These 30 districts have been placed under 3 different revenue divisions to streamline the governance. The divisions are North, South and Central, with their headquarters at Sambalpur, Berhampur and Cuttack respectively. Each division consists of 10 districts, and has as its administrative head a Revenue Divisional Commissioner. The position of the RDC in the administrative hierarchy is that between that of the district administration and the state secretariat. The RDCs report to the Board of Revenue, which is headed by a senior officer of the Indian Administrative Service. Each district is governed by a district collector, who is appointed from the Indian Administrative Service. The collector is responsible for collecting the revenue and maintaining law and order in the district. Each district is separated into subdivisions, each governed by a subdivisional collectors and subdivisional magistrates. The subdivisions are further divided into revenue blocks called tehsils. The tehsils are headed by tehsildars. Odisha has 58 subdivisions and 317 tehsils. Blocks consists of panchayats and town municipalities. The capital and largest city of the state is Bhubaneswar. The other major cities are Berhampur, Cuttack, Rourkela, and Sambalpur. Municipal corporations in Odisha include Bhubaneswar, Cuttack, Berhampur, Sambalpur and Rourkela. Other municipalities of Odisha include Angul, Balanga, Balasore, Barbal, Bagar, Baripada, Belpahar, Bhadrak, Barwanapatna, Biramitrapur, Bud, Byasanagar, Chhatrapur, Dhenkanal, Gopalpur, Gunupur, Jagatsinghpur, Jajpur, Jaipur, Jharsuguda, Kendrapara, Kendujhar, Khordha, Kannauj, Koraput, Malkangiri, Nabarongpur, Nayagar, Nuapada, Paradeep, Paralakhemundi, Puri, Phulbani, Rajgangpur, Rayagada, Sonipur, Sundargarh and Talcher. Auxiliary authorities known as panchayats, for which local body elections are regularly held, govern local affairs. The judiciary is composed of the Odisha High Court, located at Cuttack, and a system of lower courts.